birds and animals. Jack is on a trip to a forest area in Nilgiri Hills. He is surprised to see a variety of plants around him. Though he is not able to see many animals, but he is happy to see monkeys, elephants, and herds of deer. We share this planet with millions of other living beings, starting from microorganisms and bacteria, lichens to giant banyan trees, elephants, and blue whales. Recall plants and animals around you. Can you survive without each other? No. Each and every organism on the Earth's surface is dependent on each other. Plants release oxygen that animals inhale, and animals release carbon dioxide that plants use for photosynthesis.
Plants also give us food.
Let us look the forest. Green plants produce their own food. Deer survive on the green plants, and carnivores such as tigers survive on deer. What will happen if all deer disappear someday? The tigers and the other carnivores will not be able to survive. Recall how forests bring rain and purify the air around us. Recall how microorganisms help in restoring soil fertility. Plants, animals, and microorganisms recreate the quality of the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the soil that produces our food. We humans, along with all living organisms, form a complex web of ecological system in which we are only a part and very much dependent on this system for our own existence. Thus, there is a multiple network of interdependencies among organisms. Such variation of life forms on the Earth's surface is called biodiversity. Biodiversity is immensely rich in wildlife and cultivated species, diverse in form and function but closely integrated in a system through multiple network of interdependency. Biodiversity is not uniform across the Earth. In terrestrial habitats or habitat on land surface, tropical regions are rich, whereas polar regions support fewer species. Being located in tropical region, our country supports immense diversity of flora and fauna. The scientists estimate that there are more than 1.6 million species in the world, and India supports nearly 8% of this total number of species. Probably more than twice or thrice of this number yet to be discovered. Over 81,000 species of fauna and 47,000 species of flora are found in our country. Of the estimated 47,000 plant species, about 15,000 flowering species are endemic in India. What similarity do you see in these images? These are some of the animals in the verge of extinction. Let us understand it better with the classification given by the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN. On the basis of IUCN, they can be classified as normal species, endangered species, vulnerable species, rare species, endemic species, and extinct species. Cattle, rodent, pine trees, salt trees are some of the species whose population levels are considered to be normal for their survival. These are known as normal species. Some of the species such as blackbuck, crocodile, Indian wild ass, Indian rhino, lion-tailed macaque, sangai, etc. are in danger of extinction. Such species are known as endangered species. The survival of such species is difficult if the negative factors that have led to a decline in their population continue to operate. Can you guess some of these negative factors? Deforestation, obtaining forest product directly or indirectly, poaching, hunting, habitat destruction, etc. are considered as negative factors. Blue sheep, Asiatic elephant, Gangetic dolphin, etc. are some of the species whose population has declined to levels where it is likely to move into the endangered category in the near future if the negative factors continue to operate. These are known as vulnerable species. Himalayan brown bear, wild Asiatic buffalo, desert fox and hornbill, etc. are species with small population and may move into the endangered or vulnerable category if the negative factors affecting them continue to operate. These are classified as rare species. Is there any specific feature in common among these birds and animals? These species are found only in some particular areas, usually isolated by natural or geographical barriers. They are known as endemic species. They are endemic to some particular regions of the country. Can you name some more species endemic to our country? Nilgiri thar and Nilgiri langur are endemic to Nilgiri hills. The species, if not found after searches of known or likely areas where they may occur, are called extinct species. Asiatic cheetah, pink-head duck are two such examples. A species may be extinct from a local area, region, country, continent, or the entire earth. Asian cheetah is nearly extinct due to unavailability of habitat and prey. It was declared extinct in India in 1952. Both cheetah and leopard look similar, but cheetah can be distinguished from leopard by its long teardrop-shaped lines on each side of the nose from corner of its eyes to its mouth. Here is a Himalayan yew, a medicinal plant that cures cancer. Now, this species is under great threat due to overexploitation. What do you infer from the examples? Various species of plants and animals are under great threat due to human activities. List out some of the common activities that causes depletion of flora and fauna. These are overexploitation, large-scale developmental projects, grazing and fuel wood collected by local communities, habitat destruction, forest fire, hunting and poaching, expansion of railways, agriculture, commercial forestry and mining during colonial period and after independence. Look at these three incidents. The Narmada Sagar project in Madhya Pradesh would inundate 40,000 hectares of forest land. For the last 3 years alone, 1,500 hectares of forest land has been converted to mining land in Goa. The Buxar Tiger Reserve in West Bengal is seriously threatened by the ongoing dolomite mining.
What issue is being brought in these examples?
Large-scale developmental projects have contributed significantly to loss of forest cover. This has a great impact on the birds and animals living in the region. Do you know that since 1951, over 5,000 square kilometers of forest land has been cleared for river valley projects? The forest cover in our country is estimated as 637,293 square kilometers, which is 19.39% of the total geographical area, out of which 11.48% is dense forest, 7.76% is open forest, 0.15% is mangrove. Collection of fuel wood and grazing by local community is another factor for depletion of forest resources. It is a controversial argument because a substantial part of the fuel fodder demand is met by lopping rather than felling entire trees. However, there are always conflict between the wildlife and the native communities for habitat. Due to the increasing human as well as cattle population around the boundaries of most of the national parks and biosphere reserves, the surrounding habitats of the reserve areas are destructed.
Habitat destruction is a process in which natural habitat rendered functionally is unable to support the species present.
Forest fire is also responsible for declining biodiversity in India. Forest fire causes extinction of valuable flora from the earth. Illegal hunting and poaching resulted into decline in few endangered species in various parts of our nation. The greatest damage inflicted on Indian forests was during colonial period. Why do you think forest was destructed during colonial period? Forests were destructed due to the expansion of railways, agriculture, commercial forestry, and mining activities during this period. This continued even after independence. According to the Forest Survey of India, over 26,200 square kilometers of forest area was converted into agricultural land in India between 1951 and 1980. A considerable part of tribal belt, particularly in northeast India and central India, have been deforested by shifting cultivation or jhum, a type of slash and burn agriculture. Monoculture of plantation for commercially valuable species eliminated other species. For example, teak monoculture has damaged the natural forest in South India. Other important causes of environmental destruction are unequal access, inequitable consumption of resources, and differential sharing of responsibility for environmental well-being. Overpopulation in third world countries is often cited as a cause of environmental degradation. Do you agree to this statement? An average American consumes 40 times more resources than an average Somalian. Then, whom should we blame? However, all the countries, whether rich or poor, should share equal responsibility for environmental well-being. Many of the indigenous communities of India are directly dependent on various components of forest and wildlife for food, drink, medicine, culture, and spirituality. But as these resources are depleted, they need to walk more than 10 kilometers to collect these resources. Within these poor communities, women are affected more because women bear the major responsibility of collection of fuel, fodder, water, and other basic needs. Thus, the biological loss is also correlated with the loss of cultural diversity. Therefore, forest and wildlife are vital to the quality of life and environment. It is important to adapt to sound forest and wildlife conservation strategies.